What is he? I look up and he's out there doing that bullshit. I was just like, what is he doing?
Hey, yo, we here, man.
Yes, we are.
We here, fellas, ladies, kids, dogs, cats,
everybody. Yeah, just friends,
everybody.
Romans, countrymen. Yeah, just all that shit.
We all here. We here, y'all. We're here, fellow people. We are going to make our picks for the bracket, which, woo boy, we are getting close to the official. I mean, we got the first four going on.
No, stop.
I'm not hating on the first four.
Stop. We got one good game out of it yesterday. Is what we got.
All right.
We got one. Listen.
I'm not saying nothing.
I will, since I know that you won't. But it's just like, hey, man, Virginia, bro, like.
Y'all suck.
It's so bad, man. It was so hard to watch that game, man. It was like, man, what are y'all doing? Like,
bro,
it's like I don't even know, man. Like,
they forgot the purpose of the game.
Yeah, like you're supposed to put the ball in the basket, not try to not put it in the basket and hope that the other team doesn't put it in the basket like that, man. It was so.
I feel bad for them, man. I feel bad.
It's almost like I kind of feel like it's an identity thing with them. Like they don't know who they are, like as they, you know what I mean? Like I think this shit goes back to the UMBC when they got knocked out to turn around the next year and then win. And after that, it's been kind of like,
I don't know if it's that. I just don't know if he's got the talent that he's had. Like in years past, he had dudes that could get buckets, right?
Yes.
But the past couple of years, man, they just been. I don't know if that's NIL playing a part.
I was just gonna say transfer portal, NIL stuff. Like I don't know if like Virginia is one of those places where guys are like, "Hey, bro, you trying to go to Virginia?" Like, you know what I mean? Like, I just don't think that it's one of those places that they want to go to. Like, I don't know. They're so methodical in how they play. It's almost to a fault. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, almost to a fault because they got McNeely. Like, he can score.
Yeah,
but and you're just like, why not just let him go? Because it was like the year that they won the championship, they just let guy go off like when he needed to,
right?
And so it was like, you're kind of waiting to like when you're gonna let the guy go, and
it was everybody out there that was like, you committee folks were stupid for putting Virginia in the thing.
Twitter, X, whatever you want to call it, was on their head last night. Like it was the whole. I mean, like the whole game. I mean, as soon as it got to halftime, that shit was on fire.
Yeah.
I mean, like Indiana State makes a case, St. John's makes a case. Like shit, who else make a case?
Everybody.
Like, I mean,
everybody.
Shit, I know some D3 schools that probably could score more than 14. I'm trying to tell you, like, listen.
It was bad. It was all bad.
Hey, but the game before that, though, like that one wasn't bad. Like it was, Howard and Wagner. That one was good. Wagner was up as much as like for about a good portion of the whole game, 10-12, and then Howard made that run like in like the last. They hit the 2 threes. The dude gets called for the goaltending, then they get the layup, then they get. I mean, like that was a 9. I mean, like they scored. Right then, and they had a chance to at least, if nothing else, tie. But that's what you want the game to look like,
right.
You want the game to do that, where like like one looks like it's gonna win, the other one starts to get some momentum, like this, like the one with Virginia. And that was all. It was ugly. And then again, how do you make how does Colorado State have to do a plan?
I know.
Like if that's how good that they look in a plan, they should not have been in the plan.
Exactly.
They should have been someplace else. But whatever. That's a whole. Yeah, that's.
Well, we got the 2 more games tonight. It's going to settle it. I imagine the games tonight will be a little bit better.
Especially the Boise State Colorado one. I think that one's going to be a good game.
Yep. But we gonna go through this bracket, man. We going region by region. We gonna give you our picks. If you haven't signed up for our bracket pool, sign up. I'm gonna put the link out on Instagram. Y'all can click on the link and go sign up, join us, have some fun with it. Just another bracket. I don't know how many brackets you got filled out. I know. I mean, before the day's over, I'm probably gonna have like 12 brackets.
Right. You got you got a couple different ones that you got to be able to get.
Yeah. But let's get into it, man. Starting in the East. Here we go. We're gonna start in the East.
Oh boy, here we go. Let's go to it. I got my phone right here, so I'm looking. So
Okay. So I'm just gonna go through them. You give me your picks, and then I'm gonna go through and I'll give my picks. Okay, let's see if we differ on anything like that. Okay.
Well, let's go different on the region. So let's go East and South. I'll go first. Midwest and West, you go first, just so that way that it's not just one. You know what I mean? Yeah. Okay. Yeah, that's fine. Yeah, let's do it that way.
All right.
You got it.
All right. So first game. I mean, this is a no-brainer, but UConn Stetson. Okay. Okay. All right.
Yeah.
8-9 game. FAU Northwestern.
I don't like it for either one because that means they got to play UConn the next round. Okay. And it's funny because me and Alan were talking about that earlier.
Yeah.
And FAU is no longer an unknown like they were last year.
Right.
You know what I mean? So they kind of snuck up on some people early last year and able to do stuff. And Northwestern, I don't know how good they've been in the Big Ten. I just hadn't paid attention to them, to be honest with you. So
they got Boo Booey. Hey, yo, Boo Booey's a bucket, yo. He's a bucket.
Now, how big is he?
Like 6'5".
Okay, so he'd have to guard. What's the guard on the outside? Is it John Davis?
Yeah, that's gonna be a hell of a matchup. Yeah.
I'm gonna go FAU just because they were there last year and because they made the run. I'm gonna stick with them. I don't know if it's a good one, but I mean, I give them at least one game because the next one, it don't matter. So it's
Okay. All right.
Who you got? Northwestern?
I'm picking Northwestern in that one. Okay. I'm going Northwestern. Okay. Yep. FAU, man, I don't think they should have been the 8 seed for one.
Right.
And they just been so up and down. Like, I don't know. I won't be shocked if they win, but I just got a feeling the country about to see how good Boo Boo is. And now he did lose his backcourt mate earlier in the year. So, but they went through the Big Ten. They're battle tested. I think they get to that.
Right.
All right, next game, 5-12 game, the one everybody always wants to pick an upset. San Diego State, UAB.
I don't know if this is the 12-5 to pick. Like, this is the tough one right there. I mean, San Diego State is, they beat Utah State twice. They beat New Mexico. They beat Gonzaga. They beat a lot of teams that are in the tournament. And UAB beat, I think they beat FAU one time by 3. It was early in, I think, December or something like that. So, I mean, they've got one. I don't know. San Diego State were they Final Four national championship game last year? They were national champions.
Yeah. Runner up.
They guard like that. Like, that's the one thing about San Diego State. Like, they do guard. I don't know if it's as good as last year. This isn't the 12-5 that I'm going to pick. So I'm going to go with San Diego State on this one.
I'm with you on that one.
Yeah.
I think San Diego State is going to muck it up and make it tough. They got Jaden Ledee. Dude is balling, man. He's averaging like a double-double,
Right.
So, I picked San Diego State. I'm going with the Aztecs.
Right. Okay? Yep. There we go.
All right, 4-13 game, Auburn, Yale.
I'm gonna go Auburn this one. Again, like there's some of these, like lopsided ones, 12-5 and like 13-4s that I think that we're gonna talk a little bit more about.
Yeah,
Auburn's been good enough this year. I mean, like to be one of the teams that's going to be playing in like the next weekend and maybe even a little bit further. Like Bruce Pearl gets those guys to play in March and in the tournament like they should and stuff. I mean, again, I don't know much about Yale other than I don't think that they scored a whole lot. Or I don't know if they're going to be able to score enough. Like you're looking at some of their losses. I mean, like now, like they played a lot of tournament teams. Gonzaga, they lost 15. Kansas, they lost by 15.
Right.
There's some ones in there, but I'm gonna go with Auburn on this one.
Yeah, I'm with you. I think they're just too big, too athletic. I mean, Yale's gonna play a good, solid game. They're gonna be, they're gonna try to control pace, but I just don't think they'll be able to against Auburn. Auburn coming off that SEC tournament championship. I think they're gonna roll them. So I'll go with Auburn as well. 6-11 game. BYU Duquesne.
Yeah, I don't. I mean, they did beat Dayton. That's like one of the good wins that they got on like the resume. But like BYU likes to shoot it a lot, and I think them being in the Big 12 this year, playing against some of that different competition and stuff. You know what I mean? I think it's different from them being West Coast last year and then coming to the tournament versus getting prepped all year, playing in like the Big 12 and then going again. I'm not ready for the upsets just yet, so I'm going BYU on this one.
I'm with you on that one too. We in the same
now,
BYU.
Someone's later, but this is
we ain't gonna be agreeing for a while.
Right.
Illinois Morehead State. Illinois, get on. Moving on. All right. 7-10. Washington State.
That's one right there too, where it's just like almost all of me wants to go for Washington State because just out of loyalty about how they treated my son at the camp. We've seen him play a couple of times. They're not bad, but Drake is good. I mean, Drake beat Indiana State. We were hoping was going to get in there and stuff. I mean, like they run some really, really good actions and stuff. And so do Washington State, and they can shoot it, and they're long.
Right.
I mean, it's just like I think that if Watts, because Watts didn't play in the game against Colorado, which I noticed, which was weird. I don't know if he was sick or if he was injured or
I didn't hear anything.
But he's a guy that can start and he can come off the bench and he can light it up there too. Like if he's out there playing and Wells is playing and Rice and all those guys, I'd like to give the advantage to them. And, again, Pac-12 and the stories, you know what I mean? Kind of similar to when we were talking about UW in the national championship game or whatever.
Right.
This one, I would not be surprised if there is an upset, but I'm going to go Washington State with this one.
All right. You going Wazoo. I'm going Drake.
Okay.
I'm going Drizzy Drake on.
Are you going Drake?
I think, they got the coach's son, Tucker DeVries. Dude gets buckets. Mm-hmm. I think guards are underrated. I think I feel like they've got something to prove.
Right.
And on the flip side, and I like Wazoo. I love the way they played all year long. It's cool that they're back in the tournament. But I think there's some distractions too because Kyle Smith is rumored to be headed to Stanford. So
shit.
Yeah. So I feel like this is going to be an upset. So I'm gonna go with the Jersey Drake Bulldogs.
Okay. Do we want to stay in this region and take this all the way to the Final Four, or do you want to just go to the other one and then kind of go?
Yeah, we're gonna go through the whole thing. We're gonna go through this whole East bracket.
The whole East. Okay, fine. Okay, let's go. All right, so the East. So then now
Iowa State. I best we assume.
Oh yeah. Iowa State's winning that game. I'm sorry. Yeah, I don't. Yeah.
All right. So round of 32 games. And let's try to we'll try to go through these fairly quick, but this is a good one. UConn North. I got UConn Northwestern. You got UConn FAU. What's your?
I don't think. I mean, either way, I don't think that it matters. I don't know. Like, I don't think UConn's losing that second round game. I think they're on a mission. Like, I think that they're gonna. Now, like later on, I think it'll start getting tougher for them. But
right.
As much as I'd like to see an upset again, like you want to see a one go down. I just don't know if UConn's the one that goes down this early.
No, I got them going making the Sweet 16. So we'll definitely gonna see UConn in the second weekend.
Yeah. But then go. Yeah, it was okay. What you got next one?
Very interesting second round.
Yes.
Game. San Diego State, Auburn.
Yes. Now the championship game was San Diego State, UConn last year, wasn't it?
Correct.
Which I don't know. I'm going Auburn. I think Auburn is going to be. I think Auburn's the better of the two, and I think matchup wise against. On if you're looking at it, I think that they give the best one. But again, San Diego State does guard there too. So I mean, like this is not but Bruce Pearl's teams they guard too. So this could be one of those low scoring affairs right there too, where you're kind of grinding it out, or both teams are going to be hitting shots from like the outside, and then the pace is going to go up and down because both teams play that way. So I'm going to go ahead and give it. I'm picking Auburn for that one.
Yeah, I got Auburn as well. I think San Diego State has been playing well, but what I noticed, and I've watched them quite a few over the past few weeks, and they go through these lulls of scoring droughts.
Mm-hmm.
And if Jaden Ledee gets in foul trouble, or
they're going to be in trouble.
Yeah, he goes through. He can't get buckets because of Auburn's athleticism and scrappy. Because Bruce Pearl gonna throw something at him. They're not just letting him post up.
Absolutely.
So, I think Auburn gets by. So
I think that sets up an incredible Sweet 16 matchup right there.
Yes.
Between now, then all of a sudden now you're like, okay, wait a minute. Now you're talking about being tested and stuff like that.
Yeah, here we go. Yeah,
right, exactly.
At the bottom half, BYU Illinois.
I'm gonna go BYU. I don't, I think they should. It comes down to guard play and being able to knock down shots. And again, I don't know much about Illinois this year. I hadn't watched enough Big Ten, but I've seen BYU play and they can shoot it. And so, all they got to do is have one or two guys that are going to get hot. And I don't know. I'm going to go BYU with that one, and we're going to see.
I'm with you. I got a feeling BYU's style of play.
Yes,
it's going to give Illinois some trouble.
Right.
They got size. They play at a crazy pace.
Mm-hmm.
They'll be able to run different bigs at Illinois' bigs, and they might be able to benefit scoring inside against them.
Exactly. Right.
The guard play. I mean, the thing about Illinois, and this is what's scary because they got Terrence Shannon, who's, like I said, is All-American, and then my man Domas, not Dumbass.
Domas. Yes.
But I feel like BYU is going to pull off the upset.
Yeah,
that'll be, one of the first
underseed upset. I think.
Yeah. I got Northwestern, but that's an 8-9 game.
That's not something. Yeah, right.
Iowa State Drake, the Battle of Iowa. I mean, to me, it's an easy one, Iowa State, but I do think the game will be interesting because they're both from the state of Iowa. So I think the first half could get. I don't know. I went first. You supposed to go.
No, it's fine. No, go ahead. It's fine. No.
I think this is a no-brainer. I just think it's a no-brainer.
Either way, whoever Iowa State's going to play again. You'd like to see upsets. I just don't know if Iowa State's going to be the team that's going to be one that's going to get upset right now because I don't know. Again, watching them play in the Big 12 and how they handled Houston, like they're playing some of their best basketball at the time that you're supposed to be playing it. So I just, if you go off of that alone, you're thinking to yourself like, like this could be tough for anybody. So so we'll go.
All right. So we're in alignment. So our Elite Eight in the East is UConn, Auburn. Our Final Four in the East is UConn, Auburn, BYU, Iowa State. So we'll start with the UConn Auburn game. That's going to be a hell of a game.
That's going to be a really good game. You know what I mean? Like, when start getting to Sweet 16, you're kind of just like, if your bracket's good, you're like, hey, then you're going to pull for the team. But if it's not, you really don't care because you know that it's going to be a really, really good game to be able to watch.
Yeah.
Shit. All right. I'm going to go UConn because I like this matchup between what I think is going to be to get to the Final Four between UConn and Iowa State. Like, I think that's one of the 1-2s that is going to – I think everybody, like when you look at the bracket, wants to see that matchup right there too. And so I'm gonna stem because we talked about that the other day. So I'm gonna go ahead and stick to those ones right there too. I've got UConn and then Iowa State going to.
I have the same. I got UConn beating Auburn. I think they're just going. There's too much size to be honest. And Auburn's guards are good, but they're not big, and
right. And I think the length is going to bother them there too. Right. After a while, it's going to bother them. Right.
And then Iowa State, I think they'll beat BYU just because they're just going to make life miserable for BYU on offense. Like they're just going to lock them up. So
now the one thing is that like they're both in like the Big 12. How did they do this year when they played against each other? Like I hadn't even got a chance to take a look at that.
That's a good question. I do think BYU beat. Did they beat them?
No, they did. You're right. In January 16th, Iowa State lost at BYU 87.
Yeah.
Damn, they lost by 15.
Right.
But then they beat BYU
by 5. Yeah.
Yikes.
Yeah. That's going to be a great game.
That'll be a great. Yeah, that's a great. That's
neutral court matchup, though. I think.
Right. No, and that's the thing right there too. Exactly. Yeah.
Because you and I know going to Provo is that ain't no joke.
That is not. But one thing though too about like Iowa State though too, they bring their fans everywhere. Their fans come. So like regardless of where the neutral game is going to be at. I'm going to give it a little bit of an advantage to Iowa State because I think there's going to be more Cyclones that are going to be there for sure doing it. So, it's setting up for what we thought was going to be in this one, which is
UConn, Iowa State. Who you got? Who's going to the Final Four?
Oh shit! Can we do that one at the end? Damn,
all right.
Just like I gotta think on that one first. That's like the first part of me wants to say UConn, but Iowa State is definitely a team that can beat them. But UConn's size is just so, and they guard, man. They're so damn long, and length after a while becomes a problem. Like, anybody that's ever played against like length, you're like, shit, things that you thought were there just all of a sudden aren't there anymore.
No.
Rebounds aren't there, but passing angles aren't there. Like, you know what I mean? Like shots that you thought they were going to get off, and and if that gets into your head early, that can make it for a game. Oh, shit. I'm gonna go UConn.
Yeah, I gotta go UConn. I think it's gonna be a tremendous game. Iowa State's gonna get up and be physical guarding. The thing about UConn though, that they run so much good stuff and they have so many counters to everything.
Right.
You know what I mean? So Iowa State may take away first option, but I don't know.
But then there's going to be the next one after that. Right. Absolutely.
And that's where you get in those mismatch situations and
right.
So I got UConn. We both got UConn coming out of the East, going to the Final Four. So really the only difference that we got on those ones is the 8-9 early one, and then the Drake and the Washington State one. So we're pretty much on the same page with that one. Yeah. Okay. Yep. So that's for the West. So that's the what is that? That's the East. That's the East.
That's the East. All right. Well, then
we're gonna go to the South now.
Okay, let's go South. Okay, now I'm in South. Okay, right there. Yeah.
This is
gonna be different. This one's gonna be different because I mean, so I'm gonna go Houston, obviously, and like that first, and I don't even know where Longwood's at. If I'm gonna be honest with you,
I think it's in North Carolina, but it's Houston.
I don't know where Longwood's at, so I'm gonna go Houston.
Okay. In the 8-9 game, Nebraska.
The 8-9 one, I'm gonna go Nebraska just because you had talked them up a lot this year, and then I got a chance to watch him play. Fred Hoiberg used to be at Iowa State, and he had them Cyclones playing a certain kind of way, and then now he's got Nebraska, who again it's crazy about Nebraska because you'll never think is Nebraska as a basketball school.
They ain't been a basketball.
No, that's what I'm saying. We just never thought about them as a basketball school, and then he's been able to recruit and get some international kids, and then be able to play. Buzz Williams is a hell of a coach, and he always gets Texas A&M to play at least as far on the defensive side and being gritty and chippy, a lot like how Bob Huggins used to get West Virginia to play. Offensively, though, they've just always kind of. Just sometimes they just weren't able to just kind of score as much. Like they would grind them out, make them ugly wins and things like that. But I'm going to go Nebraska on that one.
All right. I'm going opposite you. I'm going Texas.
Really?
Okay. I think I look forward to watching Kisei Tominaga from Nebraska.
That's the guy right there. Yes.
But Texas A&M got Wade Taylor, man. Wade Taylor is a walking bucket. He can go for 30 like that.
Okay. Yeah.
And they got some other guards that, again, I think the athleticism might just take over late in that game. And they'll be able to make enough plays. I think it'll be close, but I think Texas A&M wins.
Okay.
All right, 5-12 game, Wisconsin, James Madison.
Now I am gonna pick an upset this time. This time I'm gonna go James Madison right here.
We're in agreement.
I'm picking 12 on this one. There,
I'm going James Madison.
Now again, their conference obviously isn't as strong as the Big Ten, but when you did watch them play a few times this year, you got to say. And then I think early at the beginning of the year, I think they beat Michigan State.
They beat Michigan State first game of the year.
I was like, wait a minute. And then I remember listening to the coach, and he was like, we're for real this year. He was very, very, confident in his kids' ability to be able to get out there to go play on like a national stage and open up with Michigan State at East Lansing. And then you beat them at home. Letting people know hey, we're for real this year. And then now they're in the tournament. So, and a 12 seed is nothing to blink your, it's nothing to shake your head about there too. That's about as high as you're
always a good matchup with two good teams. Right, exactly. I got JMU winning too. So
I got James
first big upset of the tournament right there.
Yep, got James. And then what do you think about the Catamounts though?
I think again, we talked about this on the last podcast. They got the slowest pace of play. They're gonna try to really slow it down, but I
think they'll be able to do that though.
I don't think so.
I don't think so.
I saw something that Duke did late in the year Even in the last Carolina Duke game, they randomly will throw some presses at you and extend that press. Duke will. And I feel like that's what they're going to end up doing this game. I think that there's going to come a point. They're going to come a point in the game where the game is too slow for Duke,
and you're going to have to speed the tempo because if not, they're going to get complacent. Right.
And they're just going to up that pressure, and I think they're going to turn them over.
Yeah. So. No, I mean, I mean, I'm going for Duke. I was just wondering, like what your thoughts were about them, about Vermont there too. So I mean, like, agreement on that. So ends up being James Madison and then Duke that next one. I do have NC State over Texas Tech though.
You and I both. I think, I think they're gonna ride that wave of the SEC tournament. One more game. I think
one more game. One more, and then again. I mean, Oakland, Kentucky. See, Kentucky's one is you don't know because again, like they're always such a young team. You know what I'm saying? They're always. I mean, just think about. I mean, like these kids that we're talking about in Kentucky right now, they were all seniors in high school last year.
Right.
Like all of them. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I mean, and so now they're going from that to, like they play, they get an SEC, they get there. I mean, like they got a 3 seed, which isn't bad at all.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like, which isn't bad because I mean, but, and Oakland, I don't know about. I mean, I remember them from a couple years past, but I mean, when I like look at them, there's not anything, scary that kind of comes out. I mean, like, they didn't really beat anybody. They beat Xavier, I think, and they lost it, I'm going to go ahead and go Kentucky on that one.
I went with Kentucky as well. I just think there's just too much firepower. I mean, I think, and honestly, and this will be reflected in my picks going forward, but I think Kentucky got a really nice path.
I think they do.
So but we'll talk about it later. I got Kentucky winning that game.
Right. So, okay. So then now the next one there too, because here's one thing. Okay. So we're doing like a little bit of research on kind of just like the brackets and how to pick and stuff. One of the things that they said was ever since that they've had the playing game there, right?
Yeah.
There's always been at least one team that's been on the plan that has gone to the round of 32.
Yep.
And right now we haven't picked anybody to kind of do this, but but Boise State and Colorado, like both of those teams are good enough to win. You know what I mean? Like this first game and stuff. And again, I think Boise's gonna win tonight.
Okay.
And I mean, against Florida, I mean, it's tough because there's got to be one that's got to go, and I don't know who. I mean, like I don't think that Montana State Grambling. I don't know that one. You know what I mean? Like this would be the only one,
right?
I mean, like
Colorado State
too, right? So so it's just like, well, so I don't. I'm gonna go. Shit. Like this one is so tough right there because you could really go. I mean, like I feel like that like the 10 versus 7. I mean, they're so equal. I mean, that's not a. I'm gonna, what? Why not? Forget it. I'm gonna go Boise on that. I think Boise wins. And I think Boise can beat Florida. I mean, like they keep on getting to that first round and like they're getting close. Like you know what I mean? Yeah. Like the first round, like the last 2 years with Degenhart out there playing and stuff, they've been all the way at the end of those games and then they lost. I think that this might be the year that they're able to kind of turn that turnover. So
I picked Colorado. And part of me felt bad because I want to pick Boise, but for the sole fact alone is that they've been to the tournament 9 times and they still ain't got to win.
Right. And so, you're just,
You think that it eventually is
right. Exactly. So that's you're just like, you know what? Let's put a pull for them to kind of get this one.
But regardless of whoever wins the game,
you don't think it's
Boise or Colorado, I think they beat Florida. So I got them moving on.
Yeah. Yep. Okay. So you got there too. Okay. Yep. Good. Yeah. And then Marquette, Western Kentucky. I'm going for Marquette. Let's go with Marquette on that one. All right. Then now let's slide that over then. So now what we got next round we got Houston, Nebraska. It's so tough on this one there too because it's like like Houston. After the Big 12 game, they showed that. I mean, they can get beaten. They can get beat bad.
Yeah, I'm not buying that.
I'm just saying. I mean, like,
I think it's one of the. I mean, you took an ass whooping in the tournament. You get a few days
to get these guys ready to play.
I don't think. And I got Texas A&M. And which is a great matchup, but I think you about to see an angry Houston team. Like they're gonna be pissed off because everybody's talking about that that last beating that they just took, and I just don't. I think they're gonna be focused.
They're trying to hear that.
Yeah. So I got used to moving.
Yeah, I got Houston. I think that's a better 1-8 matchup than I think that the previous one with UConn and then like whoever that they're gonna.
Yeah, I agree.
I think that's a better 1-8. Yeah.
Yep.
James Madison and Duke now.
What say you?
I don't know if James gets there. Duke got. I don't want to be safe, but I think you know what? I'm gonna go with Duke on this one. I'm gonna go Duke. Yeah.
All right. I'm going James Madison.
You're gonna go James, okay? Because in the next one, I'm gonna go NC State versus Kentucky. I think NC State beats Kentucky. I think that's
okay.
Yeah,
so you got 11. I'm gonna go with a 12 that makes it Sweet 16.
Yeah, that's what we got. Yeah.
So I got James Madison pulling off the upset. I just think that they're not gonna come in with any fear. I think they're gonna play loose. I also think they got a big that is capable of messing with Filipowski. And their guards are just gonna play fearless. So
you might have just swung me on that one right there. Just listen to you talk about that. For you know what, I'm gonna change my pick. I'm gonna go James on that one. You sold me on that.
I just got a feeling Duke is. They've had a decent year. They should be better, but they just don't seem like they're totally cohesive. Something just ain't right. It's almost like Carolina last year. Like they should be better, but
they're just not there yet. Right. Okay.
I think we get an upset there.
Okay.
So.
Yeah. And then
you got NC State, Kentucky, or you got NC State beating Kentucky, which I almost did. I almost went there because NC State got DJ Burns, the round mound to pound. He's the second coming to Charles Barkley.
Right.
You know what I mean? And he drops dimes, bro.
Oh, he does. And he can like a passing big that scores it there too. Like that's dangerous.
Yeah. Dangerous. But the problem is Kentucky has like 3 7-footers that they can throw at them to affect them. And I just think when it comes down to it, you got Reed Shepherd and Dillingham out there just going to cause havoc on the perimeter.
Right.
So I went with Kentucky.
Okay.
Yeah. Marquette, you got Marquette, Boise. I got Marquette, Colorado.
I'm still going with Marquette.
Me too.
Yeah, I'm going with Marquette. Yeah, I'm gonna ride this Shaka wave here for a minute. They got some dude. Now I don't know how much further that they're gonna get past this next one, but I think that they get past NC State, but then I don't know. That's gonna set up another interesting matchup. But yeah, let's go over to the next one. There's
Houston, James Madison.
Houston, James Madison. I mean, I don't know. I mean, like, I don't know how loose James Madison needs to play against Houston, but I think at some point, you know what I mean? Like, it just
reality sets in.
Yeah, it gets to be a whole nother week. You know, it's one thing when like you play Thursday and a team has one day to prepare for you, and then you play. So you can almost catch them sleeping in that first round, right?
Right.
When you get a whole week to go back home, and then and then kind of get ready for them, you get like. They get, so what? I mean,
extra prep is like a whole 3-4 days.
Monday, they're going to get a Tuesday. They're going to get a Wednesday. They've got 3 days of there's going to be film, be walkthrough, personnel, scout report. There's going to be all that. How are you going to guard the out of bounds? But also that gives you a whole 3 days or whatever to kind of throw in some wrinkles on some of the stuff that that they're already scouting as well there too. So I think that, so it's not as much as being loose for James Madison as much anymore as it kind of like how's Houston going to be able to counter? And they just guarded all year, even though even though that they didn't play well in like that last game. I'm not ready to kind of throw them away. And plus I just ever since it's like Sampson has like been there to kind of it's like Houston's just taken off. And it's just been fun to watch them and stuff. And each year they're just kind of like, damn, like is this going to be the year? And they just, you think that they're not going to come back and be just as good and shit. And then they are like, they got Quentin Grimes left and then they come back and then they get all these, like these other rosters or whatever. So you're like, I don't know. I'm going with Houston. I'm not done with them. So
I'm with Houston. And then we got the Kentucky Marquette game. You got NC State Marquette.
I got the NC State Marquette. You got Kentucky Marquette. Either way, I think that it just it sucks because I don't like it because it's been 2 of them now where it just ends up. I think it's going to be a 1-2 matchup to get to the Final Four on these ones. because I don't think Kentucky beats Marquette, and I don't think the NC State beats them. So I'm going with Marquette.
I'm gonna go with Kentucky.
Really?
I'm going with Kentucky, man. I don't know, and it pains me, man, because I'm not a big fan of Big Blue Nation. They kind of annoy me, bro. But
right.
But there's a lot of talent. And here's the other thing: Tyler Kolek's coming back off a oblique injury, right? Mm-hmm. And so, yeah, I think he's good through the first 2 games, but like I don't know how healthy is he gonna be after those 2 games. Mm-hmm. Is he gonna be all right? And if he's not totally healthy, I don't think they have any chance against Kentucky. I think the guard plays they're just too. And I give Shaka smart. Like Shaka is gonna make that game physical. They're gonna make it look like a Big East game. It could shock Kentucky. It could.
Right.
It really could.
Right.
I got a feeling we're gonna be hearing about Calipari and the damn Kentucky Wildcats all the way up until the Elite Eight. I just got.
What do you think so? Okay, so you got them going here. So then you got Kentucky Houston.
Yep.
And I've got Marquette Houston. I mean, does Houston make it back to another Final Four is really the question that you got to kind of think. And I mean, just like you said though, too, like Marquette again, like now you're talking contrasting styles right there too. You know, you got the Big East that plays this way,
right?
You got the SEC. And you got the big like that's when it starts to get fun. I mean, it's fun all the way around, but when you're talking about like the upper echelon of like those teams and stuff or whatever, I'm gonna go Houston. I think Houston gets Marquette. I think it's gonna be a good game, but I think Houston ends up getting them. I think on some free throws at the end and stuff. I think the Houston gets that game. So
yeah, I got Houston beating Kentucky. I think Houston is gonna. Again, they're just gonna make life miserable for those young guards, and
right.
There's just too much defense. They got a team full of dogs, junkyard dogs.
They do.
I think that wears on the freshmen of Kentucky.
Right. No, I think at some point there too, it's just like it's gonna get a little much right there. Yep.
So,
all right, then where we going next? There, we got.
All right, we're gonna go to the Midwest.
To the Midwest. Okay, hold on once. Okay, East. West, South, Midwest, right there.
Midwest.
First one, I'm gonna go Purdue. I mean, it doesn't matter who's gonna win. I think that Montana State wins that one. Montana State has been a 3 back-to-back NCAA tournaments.
Yep.
So I like that. Just for the Big Sky, just to have a team that's been able to kind of do that. Even though I'm an NAU guy, even though we're NAU guys, you don't cheer for anybody else. But when you get to the tournament, like you want to see them at least do something. So I think it ends up being Montana State versus Purdue, but I don't think that Montana State is Fairleigh Dickinson.
No.
You know what I'm saying? So as far as that goes, I do think that what they're going to do though, they'll go back and they'll watch the film and they'll see what kind of pick and roll stuff that Fairleigh Dickinson did to Edey and make him have to guard out on those islands alone. Cause that's really kind of where they got their money. But are they going to be able to make the same kind of plays and and kind of just be loose like that there too? Like who knows? But I also think that too that Edey understands that last year that he didn't do what he's supposed to do in that first game. And that was a year that I think they could have been a Final Four national championship team there. And I think this is his last year. I just don't see them going out in the first round like that.
Yeah. And so Utah State TCU 8-9 game.
Yeah, Utah State's been good this year, and like your guy Sprinkle that you've been talking about, but then also, I mean, Jamie Dixon is an NAU guy,
right?
And he always gets those guys playing there too. So it's like that one's tough because you like how hard he gets his guys to play because those guys always play. I mean, was it last year or like the year before when they played Arizona, who was a 1 seed all the way down to like that double overtime game and stuff? He always gets those guys. Ready. I think this is probably going to be one of the better, if not the best, one of the best matchups for the first round. I just think these are 2 really good teams. I'm going to go TCU, even though I don't want to. I'm going to go TCU on this one there because I think that Jamie Dixon just gets his guys to play differently in the tournament, and I'm just going to follow him on that. So.
All right, I'm going the other way. I
know you were. Yeah. You've been loyal to him all year, so I get it.
Yeah, I've been on Utah State all year. They've been fun to watch. It's a cool story, you know. Even with and added with Sprinkle involved. He's a good dude. Obviously, we got ties to Jamie and TCU, but they've been up and down too all year, and I just don't know. I don't know if I trust them, and I think Utah State's gonna get this one.
Okay.
And so, yeah. Then we got the Gonzaga, McNeese State.
Now, see, that's the okay. So here's and then that's going to be a Will Wade team, right? McNeese State. That's going to be it. So then this is where it starts getting interesting because, like, I'm going to skip this one and just talk about. No. Let me not do that. Let's just stay.
Don't run from it. Don't run from it, dog.
I'm not gonna run. Like this is where the 12s and like the 13s. This is where they start coming into play. Like I'm going McNeese and Samford for like these ones.
You and me both, dog. We're on the same train.
Like I'm just like I've been looking. I'm like, okay, which one has the most chance to have the upsets? Yeah. And I think that this is it right here. These are the ones.
Yeah, I think we're gonna get back-to-back upsets right here. I think McNeese State is just gonna wear Gonzaga down, and then Gonzaga, they made a good push toward the end of the year.
Right.
But I just got a feeling Will Wade's gonna have his team, and he's got dudes. Like
he's got guys, exactly right. And like he's got them, and I mean he's been to the tournament with other teams that play higher levels, so he understands.
He's gonna have them ready.
The level of how they're supposed to be when they get there. And I don't know, Gonzaga again. We talked about this on a Monday. They're just not. They're not the same Gonzaga as before. You know what I mean? Like they're not as formidable as they were before. And so I just this is where I'm going McNeese, and then now with Kansas, well, what's his name is out for the whole
McCullough ruled out.
Like, he's out for the turn. Like and then Stanford likes to get up and down, and they do. So I don't know. This is where
we could be wrong. I mean, Hunter Dickinson will have to go for freaking 40.
He's gonna have to. He's gonna have to.
Yeah.
But
I mean, he's going to have to put up like at least 30 and 15.
He has to, right? Exactly. Yeah. But then even that, even if you didn't go with them, right? Even if you win with Kansas, I just don't know how long they can go in the tournament because they don't have the guys. So it's like they're going to be I think they're going to, even if they won this one, I think that they could, I think that McNeese could beat them there too. Again, like Wade knows how to coach. Like he's been a proven guy wherever it is that he's been at. So I don't know. It's just going to go down to that. So that's the 12-13 that I was like, okay, one of them's got to have it somewhere, and I think this is it right here. So
All right, so we in agreement. We got McNeese and Samford advancing. Then it gets down to the 6-11 with South Carolina and Oregon,
which is tough because Oregon came out of nowhere and won the pack.
Right.
And Altman's got them playing a little bit better. I do like South Carolina because they've been good all year there too. And so I'm going to go. This one is not the upset for me on this one. I think South Carolina prevails and they get by working on that one. Yeah, I'm
with you. I got South Carolina. Yep. And then I got Creighton winning the next game with Akron.
I got Creighton on that one there too.
And it gets a little interesting down at the bottom because there's some good games.
Yes.
The Texas-Colorado State game is going to be a good game. Colorado State, obviously, again, one of those first four teams that, can they get that for another win?
Right.
And I want to pick them. I just think Colorado State has Isaiah Stevens. Texas has Max Asmus. And then you got a bunch of athletes all over the place.
Right.
I'm going with Texas. Going with Texas.
And again, like there needed to be one team that was going to out of those first four. And I think we picked. Did I pick Boise? I can't remember if I picked Boise.
Yeah, you picked Boise. I picked Colorado. So.
That's going to get past it. This one is going to be a good game though. Texas is always long. Terry always gets some guys to play. I'm gonna go 10 on this one. I feel like that there's got to be one side of the bracket that always ends up messing everybody's
stuff. This could be that crazy bracket. Yeah, and I agree with you because when I was like, this is the bracket of chaos right here.
Right. Because
I can't argue with that.
Right. Right. So I'm gonna go them, and then what you got on St. Peter's in Tennessee?
That's the Peacock. I don't know if I sound like.
I'm just they were so scrappy and so fun to watch last year, but also Holloway's gone, right? So it's different.
Yeah.
But they're back in it. So you know what I mean? But again, Tennessee's got what's his name? What's the
Connect, man?
Connect. Hey, and then Connect. So he played over at Northeastern Junior College, which was in Greeley, Colorado. Yeah. And his coach is Eddie Trinkle, and I've known Eddie for a long time since I was coaching in Colorado, a long time, Colorado Northwestern. This was like 2007, 2008. Right. And Trinkle was a good dude, and he used to always get guys. And so he's been making, he's been sending some posts out and stuff on Facebook. It's been kind of cool because he coached him at the junior college level. And so I'm going to go Tennessee just off of that. So
I'm going Tennessee. Round of 32, and don't fault me. We up against the clock. We gotta get through this. All right. So I'm going Purdue over Utah State. I think, Edie and the boys, I think, they just got too much. They just got too much.
Right. Yep. They got it.
So I went with Purdue over Utah State.
And then now, do you go with the pressure that Sanford brings, or do you go with the coaching that Will Wade has over at McNeese? Like that's what it's going to come down to right there.
Yeah, I went with McNeese.
Me too.
I think like the pressure of Sanford. I think it's going to it could shock Kansas, but in a game like that with McNeese, you know how it is in those lower levels. You see so many different styles of play. I don't think
it's not going to bother you as much like it would. Right. Where Kansas never gets pressed because nobody in like the Big 12 does it.
They really don't.
Everything's half court basketball.
Right.
They might throw a 2-3 zone or an extended 3-2 every now and then, but nothing. You know what I mean? It's going to be hard. So So I got that, and then I got Creighton.
I got Creighton as well.
Creighton is that one where I think low key, like people gonna sleep on Creighton. Like that's the one. That's the team that's not the one or the two that I think. Anyways, let's keep going.
I got Texas, Tennessee because you picked Colorado State. I picked Texas. I think it's a battle of Rick Barnes coaching at Tennessee. He used to be the coach at Texas. Right.
I like that narrative too. I like the story.
Yeah, so I think that's going to be an interesting matchup. I just think Tennessee is.
I think Tennessee there too. Yeah,
it's just too good.
I think it's too good. Yep. No, you're right. So then now, if we go over, now that makes it what? So now we got Purdue and McNeese.
Purdue and McNeese.
That's when it gets to be like,
that's the end of the road.
Yeah, right. Yeah, it's the end of the, that's that voice to the men. Yeah, right there.
That's it. I got Creighton. Creighton.
That's where we're on the same page with that one there too. And so that's the one we're like, okay, so then from there, then you go Purdue and then Creighton. I'm gonna go Creighton.
I got Creighton too, bro.
I got Creighton
too. I think look, Purdue, everybody's thinking like Virginia. You lose the first round, you come back and you run through it to a championship. And they've been good.
Right.
I just feel like this is the game where they get caught. Like,
right.
I guess I'll believe it if I see it that another team that could lose in the first round and come back and win. I just don't think Purdue is, because I still think they still got some of them demons, man.
I think they do too. Like I just, I mean, them not winning the Big Ten and them not doing. Wait, did they win the Big Ten?
Yeah, they didn't. They lost to Wisconsin in the semi.
Them not. You know what I mean? Them not doing that. I mean, those are like staples where you're like.
Start self-doubt.
Right, exactly right. Like, damn, man. It's like, here we go again with this. Is it, you know what I mean? Especially with a team that's been for like the last 3 years with Edie on there, you got to think that they've been having championship banner aspirations.
Yeah.
And then it's like they keep, and they keep falling short on it. And then now you lose the Big Ten championship.
Yeah.
And then now you got, and so you kind of stumble into the tournament, even though you're a 1 seed. Like, you don't want to stumble in there losing a game that you shouldn't have lost. You know what I mean? Like, it's tough.
I think people out there, what they call it, West Lafayette, the Boilermakers. I think they're gonna experience some heartbreak. They're not gonna get to that elusive Final Four just yet. So
exactly. So
all right.
On that. So then let's go. So what do you got, North Carolina Wagner?
Yes, I got North Carolina.
I say that because Wagner. Hey, did you hear the story on like Wagner though? Were you listening?
Yeah, it was cool.
It was like you're like so like hats go off to them.
Yeah,
just because of that.
Yep. First win in school history.
Yes, but I mean like they had to. They had guys that were injured so bad that they had to stop doing live practices. Everything was all skill development, and again, that's where me and you talk all the time. It's like. There's something in with skill. I'm just saying, like,
stay ready so you ain't got to be ready.
Man, I'm trying to tell you. But again, they're only going to have 7 guys.
Right.
And North Carolina is going to get you in foul trouble just off of rebounding alone because that's what they do. And so, like, so then what's going to happen is your bigs are going to get in foul trouble.
you're going to have guards that are going to have to play inside and do some things. Now, all of a sudden, the mismatch, you know what I mean? I don't like it for Wagner like with that, just great story for him. And I'm glad that they were able to get the win and get into the tournament. And then, happy for the coach. But, like North Carolina is going to be too much for them on that one.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Yeah.
I got Mississippi State beating Michigan State.
You do?
I do, man. I think Michigan State's been too erratic for me. And it's almost like Virginia. I think there's a lot of people who doubt that they should have been in the tournament.
Mm-hmm.
And Mississippi State, again, flew under the radar in the SEC because they were good, but nobody was really talking. They finished kind of middle of the pack.
Right.
They've been tested. They've been battle tested.
Okay. Yeah.
Tulu Smith, the post for Mississippi State, I think he's gonna
I'm with you on that. Like Michigan State, I think that they got the one guard, but like they don't shoot the ball well from the outside. And at some point, you're gonna have to hit shots from the outside. Like you're just gonna have to. I mean, because if not, it's just you can't put more points on the board. It's like you can't keep manufacturing layups and free throws because I don't think Michigan State's a good free throw shooting team either. So like if you're not shooting good from the outside and you're not a good free throw shooting team, you're going to have to rely on, hopefully you're not getting fouled going back up on second chance opportunities because you're not going to be able to push on the and one stuff. So I just Mississippi State for me on that one there too.
Yep. 12-5 Grand Canyon St. Mary's.
Go with Rice Drew. I'm going with
Grand Canyon.
I'm going with TCU. I'm going to go with that.
Yeah. I just think Tyon Foster Grant is he's going to blow up, man. He's legit. He is legit. And I think everybody's about to find out how good he is. And then I got Alabama beating Charleston.
Yeah, I got them too.
Yep. So Clemson, New Mexico, 6-11.
New Mexico.
Yes, sir.
I got New Mexico. I'm going for Patino. Like New Mexico is just, I've always liked Patino. Like I've liked both the Patinos. Like I think they're great basketball minds. He was in Minnesota. He was getting them kids to play, and they were and then now they're over. They're over here at New Mexico, and again, the Pit's a fabulous place to play. They've got great fan base and stuff. I'm excited for them because they're back in the tournament. I'm gonna go for New Mexico on that one.
I think the country is about to get the Jalen House experience, and
with that energy.
You haven't seen him, dude.
Hey, but you know who else on the team? I didn't realize Jamal Mashburn's son is on that team. Dude, I didn't realize that he was on the team. I'm like, oh, wait a minute. Like
there's guards. Jamal Mashburn Jr., Donovan Dent, Jalen House. There's another freshman, True Washington, who's from here, from Phoenix.
Okay.
They guards, man. They just don't go.
And again, like when it comes down to the tournament, it comes down to rebounding and guard play.
Yeah.
If you've got that, even if you got guards that rebound, you're rebounding the basketball. Like, you know what I mean? Like if you can do that, even against big teams, if you can just keep the rebounding at like even at 0 or maybe like a plus or minus, like 1 or 2, but your guards are hitting shots and doing stuff, then you're going to get the advantage. And so, I'm just, again, like you said, they're 2 New Mexico. I think people are going to be like tomorrow's going to be, they play tomorrow or Friday.
Is that Friday?
No, wait, today's 20 so they'll play Friday.
I think they're Friday. Yeah.
There too. So it's going to be fun. I'm going to be sitting here texting you, watching the damn game.
Oh man, yeah. I got Baylor beating Colgate in the next round.
I got Baylor beating Colgate, and then I got Dayton over Nevada.
I actually am picking Nevada over Dayton. I talked about this earlier when we were talking last. I think the fact that Dayton's got to go all the way across the country and play Nevada basically in their backyard.
Oh, wait, timeout. Yes, that's right.
Yeah.
Talk about that. You know what? No, you sold me twice today. No. You good. That boy good.
Hey, don't get mad at me. I'm just saying this is my prediction.
Right,
okay?
right.
And then I got Arizona beating Long Beach State. I think, the Long Beach State story is cool with Coach Monson.
I think it's cool, right? And I think that, it's going to be a good way for them to go out. If you're going to go out, you're going out to a team that could be favored to kind of win it. Now they dropped down to a 2, which I think they probably had aspirations about being a 1. They dropped some games during like the year that they shouldn't have and stuff. But I think his story there too. But it's like if he leaves there too, to see what he did this year you got to think there's going to be another team that's going to pick him up. Like,
listen, man,
over there, but hey, listen,
listen,
you obviously did some things the right way. So how about you come on over here?
Right.
Yeah. So, yeah, I hear you on that. So so I'm gonna go Arizona there.
Now, I think this is the toughest second round game for anyone in the tournament.
You're talking about for the one? Yeah.
Yeah.
Because I think that Mississippi State matches up with them size wise.
Yes.
And so then all of a sudden it's kind of like, it's going to come down to execution.
Yes.
So, and again, North Carolina was up there, and then last year they were out of there, and then now it's like, okay, so where are you guys going to be at? And I know that you're an NC guy.
I'm picking NC.
I know you picking NC, but
in a tight one, like there's gonna be some booty puckering around the country. Right. Hey, I'm just gonna call it. There's gonna be the booty puckering going around with all the Tar Heel fans. Hey, I'm ready for it because I know that game is gonna be tough.
Right.
I think they pull it out.
Yeah. Okay, I'm with you on that. Yeah, so we go North Carolina, Grand Canyon, Alabama, though.
Bro, I'm going.
I'm
going Grand Canyon, dog.
Oh, I know. I'm saying like Alabama's been like there's been games where I'm like, damn, like they're really good, and it's been like then they're really bad. But they've got guards and they shoot it.
Yes, and they got decent bigs.
And they got bigs that can rebound. Like that's all you're gonna need them to do.
Yeah, and Alabama just loves the jacket.
And that's right. And it's like if they're not hitting, then all of a sudden it's long rebounds that go to the other side.
Right. And the problem in years past, Alabama has always been one of, like, in the last few years, they've been the team that has shot the most threes, but they've also been very good defensively.
Right.
This year, they're still jacking threes. They play no defense.
And they're not guarding as much there too. Right.
So I just got a feeling Grand Canyon is going to get themselves into the Sweet 16.
Yeah, I like that there too. And then I'm going New Mexico over Baylor.
Woo!
I'm gonna go New Mexico, Baylor. I don't know. I'm gonna go to. I'm telling you, I think there's gonna be some double-digit seeds that are getting to that 316, and Grand Canyon, and Stanford, and New Mexico. I think this is the year that the mid-majors make this statement. Like, you know what, committee? Like, y'all gonna stop disrespecting us.
Okay.
No, I'm just saying, like, I'm for it.
Hey, I'm not mad at you.
I mean, we're both mid-major guys, so I'm all for it on that. So yeah, that's
all right. I think this is a great game, but I'm going with Baylor.
Okay.
I'm going with Baylor. I think they got that big Yves Misi.
They got the big one. Yeah.
Yo, I don't know if New Mexico has anybody that can stop that.
And Baylor's gonna guard. Yeah, but if New Mexico's guards get on it though.
That's true. If they make shots, it can make it interesting.
It can be, it can be tough. And again, like on those stages with those guys, I mean,
right. You never know.
They're gonna keep cutting the house and the mash burning them, and I think that the energy is gonna be like, I don't know, I think that. So
that's a good pick, but I like it. I'm going Arizona.
Over Nevada.
Yeah,
it's gonna be like a backyard game for Nevada.
Yeah, but Arizona travels, man. They gonna have fans, just as many fans.
No. You definitely ain't lying about that. So
I got North Carolina beating Grand Canyon. I think that's
it's over after that. Yeah, I just think it's gonna be too. Yeah, I mean, I definitely think it's gonna be a lot closer of a game than a 112 should be, though.
It could be.
Grand Canyon can hit shots. Like they can shoot. So it's like as long as you can hit shots, you're always going to give yourself a fighter's chance.
Yeah.
You're just waiting to see like what's going to happen between teams. So so let's go. I'm gonna go North Carolina with you, but it's not going to be an easy one. And then obviously, then you got to go. I mean, I don't know if New Mexico gets that far, but we're going to go Arizona, and Arizona, North Carolina, then, right?
Yeah, I was. When I first saw the bracket, I was like, are we going to get Caleb Love versus UNC?
And here it is.
Go to
the Final Four.
I was trying to find a game. I'm like, is Arizona, because maybe they're looking ahead to that.
Right.
Is the Caleb Love experience about to go crazy? Like in this Baylor game, I'm tempted to pick Baylor. I really am. Mm-hmm. But I will go with Arizona. I think we'll get the dramatic Elite Eight game that everybody's hoping for.
And everybody's going to want to see right there, too, and like the build up for it and everything there, too, on like that Sunday or whenever it is. I'm going to go as far as matchups go. I mean, like, I know you're a North Carolina guy. I think Arizona's got the they've got, I don't know. I mean, because Baycott's such a big load, but it's like, I can't remember if they got another big besides Baycott that like gets it done like he does. Because I know that they've got some bigs on like Arizona. And then you got Caleb Love, and I don't know about the guard. I don't know.
Yeah, they got what? Arizona's got Ballo.
Yeah.
He's a big dude. He's a big
dude.
Dude.
Exactly right. So it's just going to be like, it's going to be an inside.
I'm sticking with Carolina, man. I'm just sticking with them because I they've been good all year. I think it's been a great job by Hubert Davis. And I think in this situation, and this is the X factor that I'm thinking about, is that you're gonna have all this buildup between Carolina, Caleb Love. And I think that Caleb Love can go one of them streaks where he's trying to do too much.
Right. And then it plays into North Carolina's hands there.
Yeah, because then the ball ain't moving. And,
I hear you.
Yep. So I'm going with Carolina.
Okay.
So my Final Four.
Yeah, Final Four. Okay, go ahead. Your Final Four?
My Final Four is UConn, North Carolina, Houston, and Creighton.
Same.
That's not good. That means that shit ain't going to happen.
That means that we lost a whole bunch of shit. Hey, don't go to Vegas with none of these picks.
Don't go, Josh. That ain't good, dog. That ain't good.
And then so who do you got? So then I've got UConn and Houston in the final.
You got UConn and Houston in the final. Okay. I'm gonna go upset here. Okay, because North Carolina played UConn earlier in the year and I think it was a neutral site game. UConn got them. I am going to say they get their get back. I'm going straight homer here. I'm going North Carolina to the final.
Okay.
We get no repeat champion.
Right.
I think they play Houston. So I think you get North Carolina.
You got North Carolina, Houston, and I got UConn, Houston. And again, we haven't had a back-to-back in a while, but
yeah.
Their bigs, though, are going to be the factor, and they do hit shots. And like you said, I mean, Houston's good, but again, I don't know if they're – that's one – I'm sorry. I don't – when you look at it, I don't know who beats UConn. Like, I don't know. Like, again, as much as I keep trying to, like, look at it, man, like –
I know. You don't want to be chalky.
Yeah.
You don't want to pick – but
yeah, right, right. But you don't want to pick it, but then, like, you know what they're capable of doing, and they've done it, like, this whole year, and you're like, like they had that streak early in the year before Thanksgiving or right up to Thanksgiving where they were killing. They were like one of the best teams.
Right.
And they had like that 4 or 5 game stretch because there wasn't a whole lot of rest where I think that they lost like 4 out of 6 or something. So they kind of went down and then they started playing well again. And you're like, and they won I think they're the only one seed that won their conference championship.
Oh, I didn't even think about that.
Lost theirs. And then Purdue lost theirs, and then North Carolina lost theirs. So they're the only one seed that won it. I don't know. I sometimes those are stamps like no, like we're in like a different mode and like a mindset for the game. So I don't know. That's
you know what? You sold me this time. You sold me, man. Like I was thinking about it. Like I think part of my Carolina fandom took over, and I was hoping for an upset, but. I'm gonna go UConn, man. I'm going UConn. I think about the size and the different ways
right
the ball screens and
your
big guards. Like that's
tough.
Gonna be a problem for Carolina. And
right, it's tough.
I think that'll be a great semifinal game, but I think UConn wins by 5 or 6.
Right. I don't think it's gonna be a big one there too. Right. Exactly. Yeah.
And then in the title game, same. I think UConn wins. I think they win.
Right.
So.
What do you think? How many total points you think you got on there? Like, I mean, will the game?
Oh man, I think because of Houston's style,
I think it can get in the 60s or the 70s.
I'm thinking like one.
I'm gonna say over under is gonna be like 145. Is like what I'm thinking.
And I was thinking like something like 147.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. That's what. Yeah. That's what. I was like 145. I think so. That'll be.
Yep.
There it is.
Well, there it is, y'all. You got our picks. We went through every single game. We gave you guys some perspective, something to think about. Y'all got 24 hours just about to get them picked. Less than that, actually.
Right. There's some more games tonight there too, and then it's gonna go. So
so
I'm excited because I don't got workouts on Thursday. I'm sitting in front of the TV all day long. I'm thinking about maybe I might during like a break during Friday, I might get a couple, but like the first 2 days, I don't feel like I'm gonna be.
Yep. I'll be in the office tomorrow, but we got a thing. We set it up in the room. Like while I'm working, we got a big room where we just throw TVs in there.
Oh yeah, no, it's gonna be dope.
So it's gonna be a blast. I'm gonna be watching every
game. Any game that's going on is going crazy. You know, you're gonna get text me like, "Oh shit, did you see that?"
Right. Yeah. We're gonna be calling. We're gonna be texting.
Yeah, that's exactly right. It's gonna be good. It's gonna be good.
So, we appreciate y'all tuning in. Hopefully, y'all like the picks. And if you don't, I don't care. Shut up.
Go make your own damn picks.
Yeah, go to the thing. Again, I'll put it up on the Instagram. Y'all can link in to our pool and join in with the fun. Everybody enjoy March Madness.
Absolutely.
And we shall see you. When we gonna do this again, bro?
On Monday.
Monday. So we'll come back after the first round games are over. And recap everything and talk about it.
Yeah, that's accurate. Yeah.
All right. Hardwood Knuckleheads Week. No.
No.